down on the ground. Drop your weapon now. Fire in the hole.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, I was gonna ask you, where do I go for mods for this, and are they all broken because of the patch? Because I've been a beta tester of this update for like 3.5 months. So all those mods and stuff, I couldn't play them. Because I would have had to go back to the public branch, and that would have messed up my save file, which actually already happened once, which is why I have to get all this stuff again. So all the mods broke, that's what I figured. So I watched like the other community members play it, but I couldn't do it myself, because it was on the beta. I'm hoping for a mod to use these perks in the main modes. That would be really fun for me. I don't know if I'm a masochist enough to do the elite mod and the killer mod and stuff, but... Give me like the jump cancels on the faster walk speed and stuff. I'm down for that. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else. That's the thing. I haven't really been keeping tabs on it, just the stuff that's been streamed, like the killer mod. Implemented just before going in, like, just letting you pick things. Like, I don't really want to break... I don't think most people want to break the game. If you want to break the game, you just play this mode. But, like, there's some really cool quality of life stuff in there that would make a lot of the characters more fun to play. Like, walk speed for all the people like me that don't like the slow characters. Just being able to give them a bunch of walk speed, and then, like, the jump cancels are really fun, too. Those open up a lot of combo possibilities. I don't think many people would really use the elemental stuff. So, I mean, if you want to do that, you can just do that here. There's, like, lots of build possibilities and stuff, ways to make the characters more fun to play, that you can only use in here, and I think that's kind of a shame. Something I suggested in the beta, but they were already pretty much locked in at that point. They couldn't really add anything else. I think a lot of people would like that, actually. Like this character, I don't like her because she's too slow. As much as she says too slow, she's too slow herself. Yeah, you know, I actually had a friend, a friend of mine is also good with Cheat Engine, and he looked into it, and he couldn't figure out how to do it. But now that it's just straight up in the game, I'm hoping that will be a possibility. Not for, like, serious speedrun attempts or anything, but, like, just for fun.
Down on the ground. You are under arrest.
This character really needs her alternate moves. This right here is like, I think this move sucks. It says no invincibility, you just get hit. It looks cool, it's good for bosses, but like, in this mode in particular, you can't ever use that move. Like, you legit are just gonna get yourself killed if you use it. You should have been able to, like, cancel into another move during it. Yeah, I think that's the problem with this character. She's way too slow.
Fire in the hole.
think that might be one of the worst moves in the game. I really think it is. Like, pretty much its only purpose is, boss killing. On the other hand, her star in this, her first star in this is probably one of the best. I think the best thing to do would be to just let us use the survival perks. I assume that's probably a lot simpler. Yeah, a lot of people ask for mods and stuff, and they, like, have no idea how hard it is to do. I'm like a script kiddie with Cheat Engine. I can do, like, giving myself money and stuff. Money and, like, experience and stuff I can do, but anything more complicated than that is out of my ability. But because I get a lot of review keys for games I already played on console, I usually just use Cheat Engine. I just give myself the money or the experience or whatever back. But I know from experience how hard that shit is to do. Trying to do anything other than that is very, very difficult, time-consuming, and frustrating. Like, if I get that Samurai Warriors 5 key, I'm just gonna give myself money because I did all the grinding on console. I don't see the point in doing the grind twice. Oh, you're not disturbing anything. I'm just playing casually right now. I think, developer-wise, it probably would be easier to just use Cheat Engine. I mean, if you wanted to make, like, a trainer for it, yeah, but I don't see why you couldn't do it with Cheat Engine. And probably just point Cheat Engine to the value that gives you that perk. And just make it a Cheat Engine table. I mean, like, there's... Until recently, DMC5 had, like, dozens and dozens of gameplay mods. They were all in Cheat Engine. And they were doing way more complex stuff than what this would be. Which is basically just pointing to things that are already in the game and just enabling them. I don't see why you would need to make, like, a trainer with, like, a UI and everything. I mean, if you wanted to, you could, but I think that's overcomplicating things. From what I know about Cheat Engine, from my limited experience with it. Meaning that I'm a script kiddie. I can do, like, money and experience, and that's it. I mean, the mods in Streets of Rage 4 are already, like... They're already, like, not user-friendly as it is. I don't think asking people to just install Cheat Engine is really that bad. Yeah, as much as people like modded DMC5, that's always been hard to get up because you need to use Cheat Engine and trainers and stuff. Yeah, I think you could probably just do it with Cheat Engine. Yeah, I use Fling's Trainer for another game I play because I put like 300 plus hours into it on PS4, and then it came out on PC. And I'm like, I'm not doing that grind again. Yeah, it was something I suggested in beta, but I came into the beta pretty late. Like they were already mostly done adding stuff to it. That's another reason why you shouldn't put too much effort into it. I think a lot of people really want that now, and probably wouldn't be too hard for them to add. And I don't really like this character. She's too slow. Monkey. Not really fun to play. I'm hoping the specials will help. Yeah, it's up to you. I know a lot of people would love it. A lot of people would love it if you did it. At the end of the day, it's what's easier for you. People don't really understand how hard it is to do that stuff in the first place. So, you don't have to make things more user-friendly than you want. Something I've learned is, like, just being a content creator. People have a really messed up perception of, like, how easy it is to create things. And they have, like, these crazy expectations and stuff, and they don't make anything themselves, so... Cheat Engine's not really user-friendly. It's kind of something you just kind of learn to use. You start messing around with games and stuff. I mean, this isn't really an engine that's designed to be modded. It's not like, it's not like Unreal Engine games where you just put the files in a folder. It's way more complicated than that, so... I don't think people are really gonna hate you if it takes some effort to set up. Like I play a couple Unreal Engine games that have mods, and it's literally just downloading a file and unzipping it in a folder. It takes like no effort at all. Like zero effort. But that's because Unreal Engine is designed with modding in mind. People have to cut you some slack when it's something like this that's not designed to be modded. What's up for you, Ho? Unbreakable James. Yeah, I think he should fix the swapper first. As much as I want the buffs, I think the swapper is what makes a lot of the mods work, so seems like a higher priority. This character sucks. In this mode, she sucks at least. Probably fine in the main game, but she's just way too clunky. Can't get around the screen fast enough, and the moves she has don't really work for what you need in this mode. Meaning, like, fast multi-hitting moves. Things that move you forward across the screen. She's, like, lacking in all of those things. I think, like, Shiva, I heard Streets of Rage 3 Skate is like really busted in this mode. Axel with the spin dash is pretty good too. I mean, you can make anyone busted in this, but some characters have it easier. People are saying Shiva's too busted in here, and it's like, well, you need like 6 very specific things to make him work. You need Bloodthirst. You need the combo damage one. I forget what that one's called. You need Electric Blitz. You need Electric Special. It's not easy to get a run off the ground with him. He really needs those things. Yeah, he's not a pick-up-and-play character in this mode. You need a very specific build. And if you don't have that build, he's not going to be able to go far. I'm not really enjoying playing as this character. Yeah, but none of that matters in this mode. She can't do any of that stuff. The offensive special gets her killed. Yeah, I would like this game even better if all the slow-ass characters could just run. I know that's what everybody thinks, but I definitely feel that way. As soon as they put Shiva in the game, I haven't wanted to play as anybody else, because they're all so slow. Wanted to give this character another chance, though. I tried her when I was beta tester, and I didn't like playing as her at all. I like being stuck in molasses. A lot of the characters in this game feel that way, but this one especially. Sure love how that offensive special just gets me killed every time I try to use it. It's kind of weird that this is, you know, one of the most recent characters they've made, and she's not really cut out for this mode at all. She's lacking basically everything you need to be successful in this mode. She's just too fucking slow. She says too slow, but she's too slow herself. It takes her forever to do anything. I can't get over there. Nice. Great character. So much worse to play than Shiva and Max. I'm almost to that offensive special change. That will probably help a lot.
You have the right to remain silent.
try this one.
Flying sight. Flying sight. Flying sight. Flying sight.
Hey. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on. I like took my meds and I was like, I should go to bed, but then I can't sleep.
Flying sight.
It's like I'm gonna try to unlock some moves on this, especially since I already did a ton of survival earlier today, a couple PB attempts, and then I did that Mania run. I've done most of the content in this game today. It is 1:35 a.m. Ass o'clock. I'm in California, so Pacific Standard Time. My medication helps me sleep, but sometimes I can't sleep anyway. It used to like knock me out, but now it's like I can't sleep without it. Because the antidepressants and stuff, and it messes with my circadian rhythm. Like I just didn't feel like going to sleep, so I just felt like doing something instead of just sitting in bed. I haven't seen anybody doing any Shiva speedruns besides me. I got a 104 today. I want to get below an hour at some point, but I don't know when that will happen. I'm not very good at routing. I'm good at executing, but like routing and stuff I can't figure out. No, I just did Mania. Mania Plus is like too long. Mania Plus is way too long for me. It's not even that much harder either. I'm not really a big fan of it. I'm capable of doing it, but I don't know, when I don't have fun with video games, I just like I don't bother. Stop having fun is when I like, I just don't want to engage with that kind of content. Yeah, that run earlier today was pretty good. It wasn't like the best thing ever, but execution was decent. I had a couple good boss fights. It doesn't regen green health and you have no invincibility during it, so in this mode it's just a get yourself killed button. I think it's gotta be one of the worst moves in the game for this mode. Obviously in the main game it still has its purposes, but in this mode you can't use that move safely. I just feel like this character sucks. When I was in beta testing, I played her for like a couple hours, and like this character just feels way worse than the other two. Not really fun to use. Feels like you're fighting how slow and clunky she is than the enemies. This character sucks. Yeah, Shiva and Cherry are like the only characters I really like in this because they can get around the screen faster. Everybody else is just too slow. Kind of wish they had come to a compromise and just like, hey, the DLC, we're just gonna let everybody run. That would make this game even better for me. This is still a really great game. One of the best beat-em-ups to come out in a long time. But how slow everybody is just doesn't vibe with me at all. Max doesn't have a problem getting around at all. He can basically get around as fast as Shiva, pretty much. But this character is just... not enjoyable to play. I don't even use Spirit Palm. I don't use that. I would have rather taken Skate over this character. I'm not really a big fan of this character. The design is cool, but just her moveset, I don't like it at all. I would have rather had Skate come back than her. I don't have any attachment to this character at all. Skate would have been another fast character, which is what this game needs. No more slow walkers. I'm tired of the casual walkers out for cardio in this game. As much as I love this game, that's my biggest problem with it. I've never had fun just controlling slow characters. I like the speedy characters that feel really responsive. This move sucks too. Does this character have any good moves? Oh boy, fire special. So the command grab that just gets you killed and jabbed in the back has fire on it. I'm thrilled. On Shiva, that's like one of the best items. On this character is like nothing. Yeah, that might help, yeah, now that you mention it. Still not really good to take that move, though. You need that to make it even function. I don't know either. I would have rather taken Skate. Because Skate would at least be able to not be so fucking slow. I think people just like her design. It's definitely a really cool design. It's just gameplay-wise, I would rather have had anybody else. You know, it's not a budget problem either because this game sold like 2 million copies. Like this game sold a crazy amount of copies for the kind of game it is, a beat 'em up. Even if you don't like this game, you still need to respect it because it kind of did what Castle Crashers did. A lot of beat 'em ups came out after Castle Crashers because people realized that, you know, no shit, people like playing, you know, easy to pick up, hard to master games with their friends and stuff. Well, after Castle Crashers is not really a great beat 'em up because you do the same combo over and over and over. But you have to respect that game because it put beat 'em ups back on the map. A lot of games got made because of that game. The same thing's going to happen with this within the next few years. I guarantee it. The problem is, making games like this is definitely a lost art. People don't know how to make them. There's lots of beat 'em ups that come out, but most of them are honestly terrible. They can't compete with stuff like this and Fight and Rage. Really hard to make a good game in this genre. But more people are going to try because there's obviously money in it. I'm not sure if that Ninja Turtles game is going to turn out very well, but it's very obvious it exists because of this. I think they were expecting maybe like a couple 100,000 copies at most with this. Realistically. Realistically, they were probably expecting like 200,000, 300,000, but it sold like 2 million. So it did way better than they could have possibly imagined. I wouldn't be surprised if this game gets more support down the line. I don't know if they're going to do more characters, but yeah, I just play this casually. The thing that frustrates me the most in this game is all the slow characters. It feels like the enemies can literally, like, teleport around you, and you're just too slow to deal with it. Like, I don't want to play Mania Plus with any of the slow characters, because their speed's, like, doubled in that mode. Feels like they're 70% faster, and you're still stuck with slow-ass Axel. It takes like a fiscal year to get anywhere. Like Blaze too. People always say stupid stuff like... People always say like stupid stuff like, oh, you can use the arrow special to get around. I'm like, yeah, and get killed. Waste green health for a chance to just get hit. That's why I think if Hong in here... Pong in here makes it so we can use their survival perks, I would probably do like casual speed runs. Oh, later. Thanks for watching. I'm not going to be on much longer. I'll be looking forward to your mod. That's for sure. Yeah, let me know and I'll promote it for you on the channel. I don't charge. I like helping communities even if it doesn't really equal profit. I try to help every community for the games I play. So I will help you when the time comes. I usually play through a game vanilla, and I do like basically everything. And then after that I start messing around with mods. But my definition on that is, my criteria for that is different depending on the game. Like with Bloodstained, I did like every achievement. This I've already beaten it on Mania, so as soon as mods come out, I'm just gonna use them. Enemies can close any gap before you can possibly react. Yeah, exactly.
Drop your weapon now.
Let's see how much better this is. Yeah, well, Jordy said that, you know, he was the one that fought for not having a run and dash. Apparently, you can actually find a frame of Axel running that's not colored or anything, or animated. And he said this in the Guard Crush Discord. He said that he was the one that fought for controlling the pacing for the music and the level design, which, if you've ever seen this game be speedrun, you know that that didn't really work out. Because people routed the game down to a science and they clear things way faster than the music can go. But that was the reason why. And it obviously was a mistake. Whether you like this game the way it is or not, you can't say that it's not a mistake because it's the #1 complaint with this game. Overall, pretty much unanimously is a complaint with this game. That and the netcode. Those are like the two main things that people complain about in this game, is the slow pace with a huge chunk of the roster and the netcode. Now, the netcode can be fixed on PC. If you just play Parsec, if you just use Parsec, you can get around the netcode. But how slow the characters are right now, we don't have anything we can do about that. I was expecting everybody to run. I was expecting everybody to run and dash because the previous game they made to this, which is why I have the connection with them. In that game, everybody had universal mechanics. Everybody could parry, everybody could dash. That was actually something that I suggested that they put into the game later on. But the mechanics in that were far more universal, so... Speedruns for that game are actually quite a bit more fun than this, because you have a lot more universal mechanics at your disposal. The runs are a lot shorter too, which helps. I did a lot of speedruns of that game too. But that game was just kind of them digging around with their friends. This is like dealing with a legacy IP, so... I don't know, there's no way to please everybody. Some people say that the run would make the game homogenized. It's like, no it wouldn't. It would make it more fun. Less frustrating, yes, not homogenized. The characters in this game all play massively differently. It's just... the ones that don't have any mobility, they don't really feel fun to play. The farther you go, the more the flaws start to show. Yeah, AFK enemies. That's the thing about trying to do high-level stuff in beat-em-ups, is beat-em-ups have so much RNG. Like, it doesn't matter how good you are at the game, or how many hours you have in it, or how much you've mastered a character. There's always going to be so much RNG. As much as there's people... I'm surprised people have gotten this game to the point it's at. Like, speedruns for this game are crazy. People have optimized it so much. But beat 'em up speedruns and like score attacks and stuff, it's just... you're really just grinding out RNG, no matter how good you are. There's nothing stopping, you know, a Garcia from just jabbing you in the back and ruining everything. That's just something you have to accept when you try to play a beat-em-up at a high level. Every beat-em-up is like that. They're all like that. It's just a matter of how much of an issue it is. In this game, it's like if you try to go fast and use moves to travel around the screen faster, which is the bullshit counter-argument that everybody has for why they don't have dashes and stuff. You just get jabbed and you die, so... I always thought that was a bullshit counter-argument for it. It's like, yes, you can use those moves to get around, but then you just get jabbed in the back. It's like, yeah, that's a great alternative to just being able to run. Yeah, Blaze is a perfect example. Everybody always brings that up, and it really pisses me off. It's like, oh, you can teleport around the screen with the kick, but it's like, yeah, they wait for you to land and then punch you, and then you've lost, like, 40% of your health. That was really worth it, right? That's not worth it at all. That's basically just, like, gambling at that point. You're gambling with the idea that, like, maybe they'll cooperate to get around the screen faster, but the recovery and how they wait for you means that you're really not, you're not accomplishing anything doing that.
Stone. Back in the fight.
Yeah, the armor was a mess. I remember when Anthopants was playing and he was getting pissed at the armor. Anthopants gets pissed a lot, but that was very, very warranted. Getting pissed at the armor. That's the thing about the Anthopants clips is people they like to say like he's super pissed off and stuff. It's like he's pissed off at himself, for one thing. It's like 10% the game and like 90% himself for like not being able to deal with things. But keep in mind all those clips of him getting pissed, the rage compilations and stuff. That was version 4. So hyper armor everywhere and not being able to burst out of hit stun. All he was really doing was just reacting accordingly to the bullshit the game had at the time. And he wasn't wrong either. The armor was really stupid. Axel was way too slow. Play a little bit of Mania and I'm gonna go to bed.
I live to fight.
So I already did a lot of survival, and I did a full Mania run earlier. So I played this quite a bit today. I've always said this about every melee action game that has armor. Armor's not a bad thing if the character has tools to deal with it, but in this game he didn't, so that's precisely the issue. There are games that are completely fine with super armor, because the game is designed around them from the start. You can't put armor in a game post-launch and have it work. You basically would have to rework the entire, like, game mechanics. That's why, like, a lot of action MMOs, like, if they're not designed with hyper armor, they're not designed with hyper armor in mind. When they start adding endgame content that's all around hyper armor, then the game ceases to function. I play another game on this channel called KOF All-Star, and when that game came out, it was a pretty legit beat-em-up. It wasn't like the best thing ever, but for like a service game, combat was actually pretty good and responsive. But when they started getting into endgame content, everything is hyper armor. So basically, the only game mechanics you have left at that point is just team synergy and basically that's basically it. Team synergy and spamming things off cooldown. Like, it legit stops being a beat 'em up. Whereas there's stuff like, there's other games similar to that, like, you know, Punishing Grey Raven, Genshin Impact, Honkai Impact, PSO 2. Those games are designed with the armor in mind, so it doesn't completely ruin the game. You know, if they had like universal counters and like dodges and stuff in this game, and parries, then the armor would have been fine. It still would have been annoying, but you would have at least had the tools to deal with it. I don't play Genshin because the combat looks boring. I don't play that one. Yeah. I don't know, Shiva is just how everybody else should play, in my opinion. They should all be this fast and responsive. But they're not, so he's really the only character I enjoy playing. Him and Jerry and Adam's like a pretty close third. The other characters I like don't even touch. I'm surprised there haven't been more speedruns with him. I've done a couple. I've done like 3 or 4 of them. I did one today, earlier in the afternoon. This character was like tailor-made for me. Like, when I got the beta for this, keep in mind they had not officially announced Shiva. I was given the key back in like the beta key and everything back in like April, early mid-April, so about 3.5 months ago. First thing I did was, is Shiva there? I was like, yes. He's like the only character I really played. I didn't really touch the other two, although Max was really fun too. I want to learn Max next. Max is next on the agenda. Estelle I just don't like playing at all. She's way too slow. Even though it was painfully obvious it was going to be Shiva. Just because every other playable character is a, a boss. NPC boss. At the time they hadn't officially announced it, so I wasn't completely sure. Well, if they nerf him, and they make him suck, then, I'm gonna stop playing this game. This character makes the game so much better for me. He fixes all my problems with it. Just feeling slow as molasses. I'd say the downside to Shiva that you're not seeing is using his air combos is a massive risk. If you use the air combos, keep in mind, when he jumps like this, he's still in Donovan and Signal and Garcia jab range. You can't use the air combos whenever you want. You notice I really only use it when everybody's over to the side. You have just a high risk as everybody else does. I should probably get to bed, huh? I don't feel like doing a full run right now. So actually, let's just go ahead and stop there. I'll probably feel like doing another run in the morning. Mentally, I haven't been really feeling that great this past day. Some things that happened. So let's see if anyone else is playing Streets 4 right now. I'll go ahead and send you guys over there. Let's see who's on. Surprised Major's not on. He's normally on around this time. Maybe he had real life stuff to do. Trying to find the best Streets 4 stream that hasn't been on for like 8 hours. Let's see. Who is on right now? I think I should get to bed. The thing about the kick does crap damage. That's one thing that people don't realize about it. The kick does really bad damage. And if you spam it, everything gets knocked down. The thing that's good about the kick is that it does have some mild iframes, but towards the end of the kick, you can still get Donovan uppercutted. So, but what's good about the kick is that you're propelling across the screen and you have some mild invincibility frames and you can combo after it. The thing is that it hits 4 times, so you have just enough hits to do your base string and you can combo into it. But if you combo into the Senretsken, that gives you like a lot more invincibility. The kick by itself, outside of survival mode, does crap damage. And if you just spam it, you're not really going to kill anything. It's more about combining it with your other moves, the rest of your tools. Now in survival mode, it's a different story because you can build Shiva in that mode to just basically kill everything with the kick. Because you get like the electric blitz and then the combo damage, and basically the whole screen is like locked in hit stun, or they're at least getting hit, and the combo counter is going up so much. In that mode, the kick, yes, yes, you spam it because in like the higher levels and stuff, there's not really a whole lot else you can do at that point. But in the basic game, without all the crazy buffs and stuff, it's not really that great. Final Crash is better for crowd control in some instances because you can get everybody up into the air, which makes it a lot less likely to get jabbed. That's kind of one thing you sacrifice if you take the kick. The kick is good, yes, but by itself, it's really not that great. You have to learn how to chain it into other things. I was in the beta, and pretty much the only character I really played extensively was Shiva, and I was the one that suggested that Final Crash be better. It used to be a lot worse, but he added the cancel to it. It does have iframes, but at the end of it you can get punched. Like you're out of iframes before you even recover. So a lot of times what you see me do is I do the kick and the Donovan is like he's like a couple pixels away from the hitbox of the kick, and he'll just uppercut you and you lose all your green health. You need to have spacing with it. You need to learn how to chain. What makes it good is it chains into Senretsuken. So that's like propelling across the screen with a ton of invincibility. But even that move, you can get jabbed out of that too. You have to learn how to use it. Senretsuken by itself as a raw counter on like the Goldies and stuff is really good too. I think he's a really fun character to play. I don't think he's broken. I think it's just that he plays the way you want the other characters to play, and they don't. So he feels like he leaps and bounds better. When it's more like they should have designed every character like that. I don't really think them having more mobility options and not feeling so damn slow would really take away a lot of the uniqueness they have. Because every character plays massively different in this game, even the retro characters, which had a lot less work put into them, obviously. They're working with like 27-year-old sprite sheets and stuff. But like in terms of the main eight characters, like all of them being able to run and dash or like having a parry or something would like not really it wouldn't homogenize the game at all, in my opinion. I think it would still be pretty fine. But that's my opinion, as somebody who's put like 100 hours into the game. Recovery times, yes. Yeah, that's basically the problem. Shiva's open a lot on almost all of his air stuff, though. That's one thing that people forget. Like, you can't go into the air whenever you want. You have to have everybody, at least most of them, on the same side. The alt special fixes that problem, but you can't do those easy loops. So it's up to you. I think pretty much all of his moves have use, which is better than a lot of the other characters. Some of the other alternate moves that they added are like way too situational, but all of his have a use. Like the star special that summons the clones. In the base game, you don't want to take that because his default one, allows you to get more reps the loop and stuff, and it puts everybody up in the air. But in the survival mode, the other one is busted because you can put elements on it, and everybody is getting locked in hit stun and stuff, and taking all the elemental damage. You could tell that they I don't know if it's by coincidence or not, but his alternate moves feel like they're not they're not objectively better, but they all have a use depending on what playstyle you want. Whereas some of the other alt moves, they just feel like they're not really that great, or there's too much of a risk and too little reward for using them. Yeah, her blitz is way better. Yeah, you lose the OTG, but you get way better utility. Well, we just had somebody come in earlier on this stream that said that he was going to make the survival perks work in the main modes. So if you don't care about being a competitive speedrunner or score attack person, then that's going to fix a lot of the problems right there. I don't think there were that many people beta testing, and I pretty much exclusively focused on making Shiva better. I didn't really play the other characters that much. I did help uh, knock out a couple bugs too, but mostly my input was on Shiva and then like one thing on Cherry. And that was all I really did. I don't know how many other beta testers they have, but I know a lot of the other people in the community that have done like way more crazy stuff in the game than I have. They didn't get into it. I don't know why, but it is what it is. I don't know. The thing about this is that people are finding stuff that I didn't find, and the other person didn't find that she didn't find. So I'm sure that there will be patches to iron things out. I just hope they don't nerf Shiva, because if they do, then I'm not going to be playing the game much more. Because he's like the perfect character for me. I really enjoy playing as him. It never gets old playing as him. It just feels like makes the game feel more like Fight and Rage, where it's just a lot more fast-paced and fluid. I think the design philosophy they should have is just make everybody else feel that way, with like just how the recovery works and stuff, instead of just nerfing him, because then everybody's just going to feel the same again. Slow, especially with Mania Plus and stuff. The enemies can literally run circles around you and you just can't really do much. I don't find that mode to be that fun, personally. I'm very capable of clearing it, but I don't really like it that much. Anyway, let's see who the host target's going to be. Looks like Miller's doing some he's doing some survival attempts, so I'm going to send you guys over there. There'll be more Streets 4 later today. Streets 4 and probably Knights of Valor. Probably knock some of that out so I can play some Punishing Grey Raven at work later today. Should be in the afternoon. I'll probably do one or both of those things. Like the title said, I'm trying to raise some funds for the last less than 2 weeks of the month. So if you want to help me, I'm down to like 25 bucks right now. If you guys want to help me, there you go. I'm going to go ahead and set the host up. I will catch you guys probably early afternoon, or maybe before I go over to my kitty sitting job. I'll catch you guys then. I need to recharge to do some more attempts. Probably going to do what I did today. I'll probably do some survival and then a Shiva run on Mania. I'll catch you guys later. Support me if you want, and you can.